Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. Let us start by giving you all a quick brief on what Octanet is. So, Tech Octanet is a budding startup headquartered in Bhubaneswar, specializing in IT solutions across diverse sectors including e-commerce, real estate, automation, and personalized business application. Our primary focus is to provide affordable services to startups, aiding them into their digital initiatives. In addition to our core services, we are expanding into the corporate training sector, aiming to equip future corporate employees with a solid foundation. We also address student needs by identifying academic project requirements, internship opportunities, and offering comprehensive solutions. We are proud to be incorporated as an organization with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, registered with MSME, and approved by AICTE for internship programs. Also, our commitment to quality is underscored by ISO 9001 2015 certification, ensuring that every project we undertake reaches highest standards of excellence. Okay, thank you so much. That was all. Let us now stage our instructor and start today's session.
Hi everyone. So good evening. Let me know in the chat whether my voice is audible or not. Once again, I press on my screen. Guys, so good evening, Pooja. Okay, thank you, guys. Okay, so I welcome you all for this Java development workshop. Okay, so where we will be dealing with the concepts starting from basics to intermediate level, and of course, before getting into our concepts, I just want to know how many people know what is programming, or how many people do know any of the coding languages. And if you know any coding languages or programming languages, you can specify them in the chat. For example, I know Python, C, C++, Java. And people, I just want to know how many people have a basic knowledge on what is Java, because so I want to know about your knowledge level in order to get into the concepts, right? Java, okay, great. What about others? So if you people know any other coding languages also, you can let me know in the chat. Java, okay. C and C++, okay. So Roshan, so you are a pro in programming, right? You know C, okay. Can you speak mix Hindi and English, ma'am? I'm comfortable with English, Sanskari. You love web programming, okay. Java. So in this batch, many of you people know what is Java, right? Python, Java Basic and Python, great. And how many people? I just want to know if you people are from college. Then I just want to know your year of study. How many people are from final years or something like that? Because for a couple of minutes, let's wait others to join, and then we'll be starting our class. Go. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. Cool. Final year. Okay. Uh, what I want to replay, Harsha? Java is a high level programming language? Yes. I mean, what question you want me to answer, Harsha? Can you please pose the question? You just want to know, is Java a high level programming language? Okay, okay, cool, guys. Okay, so great response from your side. So first of all, I'll be, telling you people about the lesson plan, what and all the concepts and the topics which we'll be covering in these 4 days. Okay, so first, yeah, today we'll be seeing about some overview of Java, and what do you mean by Java, and what are some of the basic concepts in Java and its features, along with whenever if we are going to write any program in Java, then what will be its structure and all those things. And if time permits, we'll be getting deep down into variables, data types, operators, and all those things. And today we'll also be seeing a more important concept. Like if you people are going to attend any interview, in the sense if you, you will be asked to rate yourself. If you say like I know Java, then you will be asked to rate at a scale of 1 to 10. And if you are like rating somewhere around 1 to 5 or 4, then people will be questioning you only on the basics. And the very most important concept in Java is JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Like, you have to know um, how actually JVM works, and how simply you are writing some piece of code and you're getting the output, right? You have to know what and all the mechanisms it is being getting followed through in order to fetch the correct output. Okay, and yeah, so today we'll be seeing all these things: variables, data types, and operators. If time permits, we'll be completing operators completely. Okay. um, yes, then tomorrow we'll be dealing with the conditional control statements. And people who know any other programming languages, I know like you people will be comfortable with all these concepts. In the sense, you'll be having some idea on what these concepts are, right? Um, yes. So conditional control statements, and we'll also be seeing what is method and what are the meaning of arrays in Java, and how to declare initialize an array, and how to manipulate these arrays. And when it comes to day 3, we'll be dealing with strings in Java, because most of the questions, like in I mean, like, if you people want to clear some of the companies means, like, people will not be questioning you from anywhere around graph concept. They'll be just testing you in arrays as well as string concept, because we do have various algorithms dealing with strings and arrays, right? I mean, like, this is not a DSA class. This is a Java class, but in between, I'll also be telling you some DSA algorithms and concepts. Okay, I don't know, like, how many people are interested in DSA. Like, you can let me know in the chat. Okay. Uh, so in between, I'll be also helping you with some of these tips if you're preparing for any interview, or if you're going to attend anything in the future. I'll be telling you the study plan of how to study. And the DSA is the fundamental thing of everything. Okay. We'll be dealing some algorithms which is related to DSA. Okay. Okay, then the basic, the support, the pillar in Java, which is OOPS, Object Oriented Programming Language. So we'll be calling Java is an OOPS language. So they will be having inheritance concepts, okay, and polymorphism. In polymorphism, we do have two types of polymorphism. Polymorphism, compile time and runtime. And we do have concepts like encapsulation and abstraction. Don't worry, like, I'm just telling you the syllabus which we'll be learning in this workshop. Okay, like, we will be seeing through all these things, so don't worry. Okay, so guys, Dheeraj, okay, great, you are interested in DSA. Okay, so people, if anybody is solving any questions like using and if you're solving questions in DSA, I just want to know which sheets you'll be following, which DSA sheets you'll be following. You can let me know in the chat. Okay. Okay, guys. So, okay, do should not. Hashem, what is your question? Like, you have just asked me, please reply me. Java, DSA with Java. Okay. Actually, people used to say DSA with Java is something very tough, but I will say, like, DSA with Java is quite easy, because people, whoever know Python here, Java will be, all the concepts which is available in Python is also available in Java, and we do have many predefined functions and libraries which is available here. So whenever you are solving any coding questions, or whenever you are, like, you can also develop the entire software, front end plus back end, with the help of Java, right? So, like, everything comes under OOPS concepts only, and it is very, flexible, in the sense, you just want to remember, you just want to know the syntax of how to use certain libraries and methods, predefined methods. But the thing is, whatever predefined functions are available in Python, it is also available in Java. Okay, but syntax will be Java developer roadmap. Java developer roadmap. Like, it's very simple. Like, you first study what is Java. Okay, so I think you'll be getting some knowledge in this workshop. So you'll be getting an idea of what is Java, and you'll be prepared until intermediate level. Till oops, you'll be getting idea from this workshop. So after attending this workshop, like go explore more about Java. Like there are many very advanced concepts in Java. So like multi-threading, exceptions, and all those things. Like multi-threading and those concepts are quite like a very advanced thing. Java Swings is there, applets and Spring Boot. All these things are advanced stuffs in Java. So go explore and learn all those things and start building your own projects using Java, and also like start solving the coding questions in Java using Java, and that's it. You're becoming a Java developer. Cool. Okay. I mean, like I don't know Hindi. I know, but I could understand Hindi, but I won't be that much, comfortable with speaking in Hindi. So that's why I'm conversing in English. Okay. So, yeah. So, without further delay, we'll be starting the session. Yeah. So, what is Java like? People who know Java, like, please kindly bear with me, because there could be people who doesn't know about Java. So this is some kind of blushing up for people who knows Java. Okay. So actually Java is a high level programming language, as well as it acts as a platform. Okay. So it is developed by Sun Microsystems and in the year 1995. Okay. So before the name Java, it was named as Oak, and already Oak was a registered company, so that's why they have renamed it to Java. Okay. And I guess people what is the logo of Java. And of course it is a high level object oriented programming language. Like people from computer science background, I know like there are three types of languages, like you people might know, right? Low level, high level, and assembly level. So high level is something which is understandable by humans, and it is similar to English. And yeah, so Java is one among it. Okay. We are going to write the logics behind how to solve a particular problem. And James Gosling, who was, who founded this language, he is termed as the father of Java. And he is James Gosling. Okay. And like the specialty about Java is whenever you are writing a file with .java extension, okay, after compiling it will be converted into a class file. Okay. I mean, Java actually follows a principle: write once, read anywhere. Or I mean, like write once, access everywhere. I mean, no, it's WORA: write once, run anywhere, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's write once and run anywhere. Okay. So means like it is, I mean, like if you are going to use you can use the same piece of code which is written in Java in multiple operating systems. Like for example, let's take, I want to build a small console based application, or some railway ticket booking system application using Java. I have written a code for it. Okay. And like I am using Windows OS, and one of my friend is having Mac. Okay. I want to run the same uh, code in his operating system as well. So I mean, independent of the OS, okay, I can use my same Java code in his system as well. It gets adapted, and the output will be visible in Mac also. So it's something like write once and run anywhere. So if you're going to write any particular logic once, it's fine. Like you are writing a code in Java, it's fine, and it will adapt itself according to different OS. So that's why it is known as a platform as well. Okay. And the key features of Java, as I have already said, it is quite simple. I know like there could be many, things stating that Java is very tough to learn, and Java is somewhat challenging. Okay. The thing here is the concepts are quite similar to other programming languages, but the syntax matters, and you have to remember the important libraries, because here we do have a lot many libraries here. And the thing is, whenever you are, working more on the language, you'll be getting adapted to all those libraries. So cool. Okay. And it is object oriented. So every entity in Java, it is represented in the form of object and class only. Okay. We'll be dealing more about what is meant by object oriented programming language. I mean, like object oriented programming language, OOPS concepts. And as I've already said while explaining the lesson plan, in the OOPS concepts only, we'll be seeing the things like inheritance, polymorphism, okay, encapsulation, abstraction as well. Um, so I don't know how many of you know about what this classes and objects which we use in Java. So uh, people who knows Python, just for example, if you are going to print a hello world, just print hello world is fine, right? But whenever you want to print a very simple statement using Java also, you are supposed to write it inside a class. So class, inside a class, a main method will be there, and inside the main method only you'll be going to write the print statement. Okay, so everything in Java will be represented as a collect. I mean, as a what to say, as classes and objects only. So this is it. If you want to know about what is classes and objects, just remember these things like uh, class is something the blueprint of an object. Like the object will be having certain properties and characteristics and attributes, right? You're going to define all these things inside a class, and it is going to act as a blueprint. And if you are making some reference to that particular class, we'll be calling it as object. Okay, please don't worry if you're not getting it. We'll be seeing in upcoming sessions. Okay, and as I already said, Java is a platform independent, so you can write a single Java code and you can run the Java code in Windows, in Mac, and in any other OS as well. Okay, so it is platform independent. Okay, and it is portable. Platform independent, and that's why it is portable. Like we can, it follows the principle of WRA, like write once and run anywhere. Okay, so yep, so we have seen some of the basics about, I mean, basic history about Java and some of its key features. And if you people have any doubts, you can let me know in the chat. Am I not audible? Independent platform. Okay. Yes, class is a blueprint to create an object. Guys, actually, I'm very comfortable in speaking, like English, and I don't know Hindi. Um, is my voice clear? Am I audible, or I just want to do some adjustments in order to get things done? Platform independent in the sense like irrespective of the operating system, you can execute or run a single Java file in any of your operating systems, okay, and in any of your platforms. Okay, thank you guys. Is there any kind of network glitch from my side, or is my voice clear, guys? Clear, right? My voice is clear, right? Because okay, okay, thank you, Dheeraj. Like, gesture, like I think you have to check from your side because for everybody it's clear. And Vishal, like I will be comfortable if I'm conversing in English only. When the next task will be provided, I mean the team will be letting you know. Independent platform in the sense like see, for example, you have to build a project, or you have to create a system with the help of system in the sense not the PCs. You have to create a project with the help of Java, okay? And you have decided you and your friend is going to create the same project. But the thing is, you and your friend will be having different platforms. Platform in the right different OS operating systems. Like you will be having Windows, and let's say he is having a Mac. Okay, it is fine if you write a single Java file. The a single Java file, it can be run in my Windows platform as well. And when you take the same code and when you want to execute in Mac, it will be getting executed as well. So that is what is the meaning of. I mean, that is the meaning of platform independent. Okay. Okay. Can we run Java on TV? Such a nice question. Uh, like I mean, I haven't tried it, but I mean, I don't know like whether how you'll be taking it. Just put screencast and just type any. I mean, write your code in Java in your laptop. It will be getting casted in your screen. And such a interesting question. Cube disk. Okay, which compiler should we use? It's not compiler. IDE. Okay, integrated development environment. Okay. So, and guys, like people who said you are using Java or you know Java, like what IDE will you use? Like there are many IDEs like IntelliJ, Eclipse, okay, and even you can use online compiler as well. Online GDB compiler. Okay, cool. You need to use Eclipse, but you can also go with IntelliJ. Okay, and guys, it's I mean a small quiz in order to check whether you people are sleepy or not. Why Java is an object-oriented programming language? And you can let me know in the chat why Java is termed as an object-oriented programming language. Please don't go to any LLMs and like mm, search for the answers. Just let me know what you understood. That's it. Because if you're not getting the points clearly, I'm ready to explain it any number of times. Okay. So why Java is termed as an object-oriented programming language? It's a secured. Uh, Great, Sunil. Like because everything in Java is object. Okay, it is secured. That's why. Mhm. It uses classes and object method. Okay. We cannot run. Okay. Oh, oh, it seems like we can run Java on television as well using Java technologies, but I haven't tried. Okay, and who is it? It is. I'll answer this question. I mean, I mean, like you. This I know it's not your original name. Like we can run on Java TV as well. Okay. With the help of all these technologies, you can try and let me know. But I haven't tried it. Okay. We can run. Okay. It uses primary data types. It is a secured language because it will run at any platform. Okay. 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 The code is written in class. I'm not going to answer these kind of questions. Okay. So these class can be reused for instance of classes by creating object. Okay. So thank you for people who asked valid questions and who answered for my question. Okay. And I think the person, the name QDisk, you can answer the question of why Java is an object-oriented programming language instead of questioning all these interesting questions. Okay, due to bytecode. Okay, uh, there are several answers. Okay, so these were all the interesting things which I said you about Java. Okay, but the correct answer is whatever everything in Java, every program which we write in Java, it comprises of the concept of classes and objects. So that's why it is known as object-oriented programming language. And like class means it contains a blueprint of the properties and the attributes of an object. And when you want to create an instance or a reference to a particular class, multiple objects will be created. Okay, and that's the reason it is known as OOPS language. Don't worry, cool. Like we'll be seeing in further sessions, like more detail about what is OOPS and what and all the concepts behind OOPS. Okay, and now it's a very important time in order to learn how actually the Java code works after we are giving you know we'll be asking the ID to run our file and we'll be getting some output, right? But we are supposed to know how actually all these things work. Okay, so the three terms which comes in this concept is JVM, JRE, and JDK. Okay, and JVM, as I've already said, Java Virtual Machine. So in the name itself, it has been said as virtual. So that means, right? That means like really a JVM doesn't exist. Like you cannot see something physically. You cannot see JVM and all. Okay, it's something a virtual machine which actually doesn't exist physically, because when it comes to JRE and JDK, you'll be able to see the libraries and files. I'll be showing you JRE, okay, and JDK as well. But JVM, you cannot spot it out. Okay, but JVM is the support behind your execution of like your entire Java program. So it acts as a runtime environment. Okay. Um, okay. So first of all, whenever you're compiling your Java file, you'll be saving your Java file in .java extension. Okay, and whenever you're compiling it, it converts it into a class file. Okay, and from that dot class file, okay, here dot class. Okay, so this class file is actually sent into the JVM. So this class file is actually sent into the JVM, where we'll be having various components and various various components in JVM which carries out specific tasks. Okay, and only in this interpreter. Okay, so each and every line of your code will be checked and executed. Okay, and then you'll be getting the output. Okay, so whenever you're compiling your .java file, it gets converted into .class. Okay, because that .class file actually contains bytecode. Your Java code will be converted into bytecode. That class file which contains bytecode is actually sent into the JVM, and the JVM does the entire task of executing your entire program, and it fetches the correct output for your code. Okay, so JVM actually does these four things: it loads the code, and it verifies whether your code has followed correct syntaxes or not. Syntaxes, I hope you people know what is meant by syntax. Okay, syntax is actually the structure, or it's something like the grammar which we use in English. So similarly, we do have syntax in programming languages. Okay, so and it executes the code, and it acts as a runtime environment for Java. Okay. Okay, and when it comes to JRE is nothing but it contains the libraries and other files, okay, which the JVM uses for execution. For example, I have already said you as Java. In Java, we do have predefined libraries and methods, right? For example, let's say something like if I want to get a dynamic input from the user, or yeah, if I want to get the input from the user, I'll be using a scanner object, okay, a scanner class, okay, and that scanner class will actually be present in a util library, java.util library, util, okay. So I'll be writing in my code like import java.util.star, and I'll be making use of the scanner class or the scanner object. Okay, so whenever I mean, like I'll be showing you an example as well. Don't worry. So whenever like I'm compiling my Java code, it gets converted into class file. Okay, and in the JVM actually when it verifies the code, okay, my first line in the original program, it will be having something like import java.util.star. Okay, which means util is a library. So I have used that particular util library in my program, right? So that particular library and all its associated methods must be loaded, right? So JRE is a place where all those libraries will be getting stored. So util library and all the library like SQL and all those things will be getting stored in JRE. And whenever JVM wants to execute that particular import statement or that particular libraries, it goes and it asks from the JRE like I need this library because the user has used it in their particular code, and then it gets loaded. Okay, so yes, and JRE it exists physically. I'll be showing you. So JRE is nothing but JVM plus the set of all the libraries, which usually is termed as the predefined libraries in Java, and which we'll be using in our code as well. Okay, and the next thing is JDK, Java Development Kit. And whenever I have already said you like the concept of applets and all those things, like okay, uh, these applets are advanced concepts in Java, but whenever you are using those kind of concepts, so you need some development kits in order to like add on to your project. So whenever you want to execute those kind of projects, you need development toolkits for all those things. So I mean the same concept. So when your JVM wants to execute your entire project, if it wants to make use of any development kit means it will be going to JDK and then it will be fetching it from JDK and then the execution of your program will be carried out. Okay, so this is all about JDK, JRE, and JVM. So people like are are you clear with JDK, JRE, and JVM? What? Qt was banned and the comments were removed. Okay, guys. So, did you understand? Okay, it's something like JVM is a virtual runtime environment where actually your Java code, I mean, the program whichever you are going to write, it gets executed and you'll be prompted with the output. And JDK and JRE are the supporting concepts or the supporting things in order to execute your file in JVM. And the JRE and JDK exist in real, but JVM it's a virtual machine. Okay, and I'll be showing you JRE as well. And guys, like if you want to use any ID, you can install Eclipse or IntelliJ in your systems. Okay, because we don't have much time to cover all the concepts, and that's why I haven't included the installation of Java in these sessions as well. Okay, so or else you can also use online compiler. Okay, and people who asked me about DSA, like who are interested about DSA, usually like I used to follow a YouTuber. Okay, I'm sure like some people might know him. So I this sheet is good. Like Stiver's DSA course sheet will be very good. Like you can follow these things because the solutions will be given in Java as well as in C++. Okay, so the first thing, like learning Java is either you can use it in solving the coding problems, or you can build any applications, because nowadays, even though we have advancements in more things, like we do have many languages, right? So like Python, Go, and all those things, people are still using Java because Java is a very very secured language. Okay, and companies like Zoho, their every product is built only with the help of Java. Only they're using Java for their products. Okay, so with the help of like uh, Java, Spring Boot concepts and all, we can play with the backend part. Okay, and all these things. So if you people want to do web development, I mean web development using, or product development using Java, means you can go with it. Or in order to enhance your Java skills, you can actually like start coding. And there are various platforms like LeetCode, okay, and HackerRank, CodeChef, okay, and Coding Ninjas, InterviewBit. Many things we'll be having, and I'm not promoting Striver Sheet, but I used this when I was preparing for my interviews, and this helped me a lot. That's why I'm giving it to you people as well. Okay. So now, okay, okay. But like when it comes to a very advanced concepts like DP and all, I don't know, like Striver, just in 3 steps, like he'll be completing the entire problem. Can I try to learn Go language? Because like you are from which year? Because you can learn, because technology is everywhere, and it's your option in order to learn whatever languages you want. Okay. Yes, guys. So I'll be showing you. See, here we do have something called as JRE system library. Okay, so we have the already predefined libraries here, SQL and all those things. Okay, and here, yeah, these are all the libraries, and here we have something called JDK dot crypto, JDK dot cassette, JDK dot compiler, and all those things. Okay, so yeah, so JRE and JDK, they are visible here. Okay. These are the supporting libraries, supporting files, supporting things in order to make our Java code to run in JVM. Okay. So guys, are you clear? Fourth year. Okay, Vikas. Sure, you can try to learn Go language. Since you're teaching Java, okay. Can you complete the question? Okay. I'll be telling you how like JVM works. So this is actually the architecture of Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so in the previous slide we have seen it here. Okay, so I'm going to explain each and everything really how your Java program is actually taken into a JVM, and what and all the different components, what and all the like layers in JVM, and how your program gets manipulated by these components. Okay, so yes. So first of all, like I'll be also showing you how your Java file is converted into class file after compilation. Okay, I'll be showing you because traditional way of writing Java code is writing it in a notepad. Okay, compiling it in a command prompt, and then getting the output. Okay, so I'll also be showing you an example. Okay, that time actually you'll be seeing after compiling class file will be created. Okay, so once I compile, I'll be writing a file with the extension .java, and once I compile it, it will be converted into .class file. Okay, and in the JVM architecture we do have three different important concepts. One is class loader subsystem, and another one is the runtime data area. Okay, where all the addresses of our variables and the threads will all be getting stored here, and the final execution engine. Okay, so in interpreter only we'll be having a, I mean, line by line, our code will be getting executed. Okay, and all those things. I'll be telling you an example. So Yeah, after getting converted into a class file, the the converted or the compiled Java code is sent into the class loader subsystem. Okay, and in the class loader subsystem, actually, what and all the things will be getting done is, for example, if you have used any libraries in your particular code, it will be getting loaded. It will be loaded from JRE and JDK, all those things. Okay, all those places as well. And next thing, in the linking process, okay, we are having three different things like verify, prepare, and resolve. Okay, all your syntaxes and the flow of your program will be verified whether it is in a correct manner or not, and your code will be getting prepared in order to like execution. Okay, in the linking steps and in the initialization steps, like you have been declared the variables like some constant variables, right? Like a const a is equal to 5, it is in JavaScript. Here we don't have anything called as const, and here we have concept of static variables. Okay, and if you have defined any static variables in Java, means in your code, means all those assignments will be done. For example, in the initialization step, if you are giving a is equal to 5, then this will be initialized. Okay, 5 will be getting assigned to a variable. Okay, so all these steps will be carried out in the class loader subsystem. What and all the things that will be getting done? So the important necessary components which is required in order to execute your program will be getting loaded from different areas like JRE and JDK. Then the entire code, the entire flow will be verified, and your code will be prepared in order to execute. And then if your code has any constant variables or any static variables, those initializations will be carried out. Okay, in the class loader subsystem. Then when you come to see about runtime data area, so as the name suggests, okay, for example, I'm writing, 5 lines of code. One, okay, okay, I'll be telling you when we come into stack area. No, I'll be telling. Okay, so method area. So in the method area, all the information regarding the class and the objects which have been created for that particular class. For example, if I have created a class called student, okay, and I have certain methods and attributes which is present in the student class, and I have created, for example, 5 objects for that particular student class. In the sense, all the information regarding my class, its associated methods, okay, the attributes, the objects will be getting stored in the method area. Okay, and in the heap area is the place where the memory addresses of all our variables which we have used in a program will be getting stored in the heap area. Okay, and in the stack area, okay, like people, I don't know how many people are aware of what do you mean by a stack. Stack is actually a data structure. Okay, so stack will be something like this. It is a linear data structure, okay, which follows uh, first in last out. No, like last in first out. Okay, so the elements will be added like this, like here, and also like for example, in Java, actually, your program execution will be run only with the help of threads. Okay, and thread is actually a very subunit of a work or subunit of process in Java. Okay, and there are many concepts related to threads like multi-threading. Those are advanced concepts. Okay, and so your Java code will be executed only with the help of threads. Okay, and the information regarding each thread will be stored in the stack area. For example, let's say now my first this like assume it as the first thread. Okay, my first process is getting executed, and at a single time only a single process will be getting executed. Okay, so okay, for example, let's name it as 1. So my first thread is getting executed. Okay, and uh, in the stack, my address of second thread will also be added, because After after executing one step, next which step must be carried out, that information must be there, right? So for example, let's say functions a b c d, okay, and in the function a you have called function b as well, and in the method and function both are same in java, okay. So I'll be giving you an example. In a method you have called b, in b method you have called c, okay. Let's suppose, let's have like this. So whenever you are executing a, okay, in thread 1 the address of a method will be getting stored, okay. And here in your a block again you are calling the b, okay. So next the process which is to be executed next, those information will be actually stored in the stack area, okay, and pc register as well. So the sequence in which your code will be getting executed, or the sequence in which your code or the process will be getting executed and evaluated, will be the addresses of all those processes will be stored in stack area as well as PC registers. Okay, and next is the execution engine where your file actually gets executed, and interpreter. People, I just want to know if you people know what is an interpreter and the difference between compiler and interpreter, and if you have any questions. Okay, Kunal Shwahas DSA good enough. Okay, okay. I'll refer to his sheet as well. Okay. JVM is actually a virtual machine, like where your Java program after compilation, it will be getting executed. That's it. Can you tell how much time it takes to learn Java development? I'm not talking about DSA, about development path like Spring. And actually, the truth is, like, I don't know Spring Boot, okay. Uh, so I mean, I think you'll be able to learn it very quickly. Okay, don't worry. Like, if you are very determined, and if you are very dedicated, like, I think, and instead of learning all the concepts, when you apply it with the help of project, you'll be getting more idea on the things. I'll leave for you. I mean, like, you have to ask these questions to the alternate team and not here. Uh, guys, like, can you people let me know what is meant by, or what is the difference between a compiler and an interpreter? And did you get about class loader and data area? Do you have any doubts in these concepts? It's very very simple. Like like, don't crush your brain and all. It's very simple. JVM is actually a place where your code will be getting executed, okay, or it acts as a runtime environment, okay. It's a runtime engine kind of thing, and just I'm explaining you what and all the steps which is being carried out in JVM. Compiler compiles code at last, as interpreter does it line by line. Yep, great, okay. Interpreter run code line by line, but compiler check whole code. Okay, okay. So only two of them are present, I guess. What about others? Like, if it's wrong or right, participation matters, right? So you people can just let me know, like, what did you know? If you know, it's fine. If you don't know, also it's fine. You can let me know, like, I don't know. I think people, you can like, avoid the questions which is not technical here. Okay. Guys, and you can stop questioning. If it's technical, you can ask questions in the chat. If it's not technical, you can stop all those things and just answer, just answer to the question which I am asking, which is technical. Okay. Exactly, compiler compiles the code at end, whereas the interpreter does it line by line. Yep, cool. So, for example, let's say you are going to write 10 lines of code, okay, and 10 lines of code, okay. You're going to compile it, or you're going to run your code. There is a error at line 5, okay. When I mean, in the concept of compiling or compiler, what it does is it will be executing the code from 1 to 10. The entire file will be getting executed at a single run, and then only the error message will be printed like you have, I mean, an error is being raised at line number 5. Okay. But when it comes to interpreter, it checks line by line. So in the first line, it checks if an error is present or not. No. In the second line, it checks no error. Third line, no error. Fourth line, no error. And in the fifth line, it checks if any error is present or not. If an error is present, it will not be executing the next line. It will be just throwing out. It will be getting prompted to the user stating that there is a line in error number 5. Only when that error gets resolved, the next lines will be getting executed. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and similarly in the interpreter, the code in the Java program, it will be, like it will be executed line by line. Okay. And then the output will be given to you. And then comes to garbage collector, like people who know about C and C++, there once a lifetime or once a scope of a variable is being over, we'll be using the word called free keyword is being used, okay, in order to deallocate the memory space. But okay, in Java it is done automatically. You are not supposed to use any keywords in order to deallocate a particular variable, or in order to remove the memory of a particular variable. Okay, it does it automatically with the help of garbage collector. And people, do you have any questions regarding JVM? Guys, do you have any questions? I mean, you just wanted to bring smile on my face. Please improve the video quality. It's little like blur. Like, okay. I mean, I think you can adjust it in YouTube as well. You can increase the video quality. I guess, like, guys, like, come on, more deviations in the sessions. Okay. Uh, please, like, let me know whether you people understood what is JVM and the architecture of JVM. People like you can answer. If you have any doubts, you can let me know. I'll explain it again as well. Okay, because there are much deviation in this batch. Let's, I mean, like, for a couple of minutes, like, if you have any questions, you can ask me related to Java. Okay, so you understood Vidish? Guys, you can let me know if you understood or not. Okay, if you are not understanding, then I'll be telling the concept again as well. Okay, and please don't try anything to bring smile on my face. Okay, because I'm already very happy. Okay, yeah, no questions. I haven't referred to his sheet as well, so I don't know how his sheet will be. Okay, so I'll go through this sheet, and tomorrow I'll let you know, Jashir. Okay, so tomorrow I'll let you know. The thing here is, it doesn't matter of what sheet you're going to follow. Okay, matters here is the logics and the like we know DSA is a kind of ocean. So if you solve 1,000 problems also, when we are going to an interview, they'll be giving a question, and it is going to be the 1000 to 1 question. Like, okay, so logic and the way how the idea of solving that particular problem matters a lot. Of course, don't worry. Like, I'll go through this sheet and I'll let you know if it's enough for interviews. Okay. And gesture, like, did you understand about JVM? People, like, let me know if you understand about JVM. Then we'll be dealing with the data types and the variables. No response from your side. Okay. Thank you, Joshua. Guys, what about others? So only three are present. Is the class boring? Understood. Okay, thank you, guys. I mean, it is not a kind of, like, please don't think it as an online mode or a virtual mode, okay? Or it is not something like a teacher student, like, if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat, okay? And if you know any knowledgeable facts about Java or about any technical stuff, you can post it over here, because, okay, always yes, ma'am. Okay, because I'll also be learning certain things from you, and you also can learn certain things from me. And here we are in the process of learning. Okay, so don't act as if it's something a kind of a typical classroom and all. Okay, cool. And you can also use emojis for reactions as well. Okay, don't worry. And I'm not a strict teacher and all, but avoid like asking some very like I mean, I cannot say. I mean, like, avoid asking certain type of questions. Like, if it is technical, you can ask me. Okay. Okay. So, what is the latest version of JDK? People, you can let me know in the chat. Like, what is the latest version of JDK? You can use any LLMs for this. And if you have installed Java in your system recently, then you might have known this, because you might have seen 21. Okay. 8. Okay. At least I'm happy, like, you both have answered the question. What about others, guys? Come on, like, 21, okay. 23, okay. 23.0.1, okay. 21, okay. Okay. It's actually JDK 22, okay. It is JDK 22. Okay. I mean, like, I think there could be multiple sources from where you got the answers, but the correct answer is JDK 22. Okay, and yeah, and this is just to make see whether you people are active or not. Okay, just be cool. The next thing is, like, how a Java code actually looks. Okay, this is, yeah. I have already said, right. If you want to write a simple hello world statement, if you want to print a simple hello world statement also, you are supposed to write it inside a class. Okay, so here the class name is once again. Okay, here the class name is simple hello. Inside the class, you'll be calling it method, a main method. And in a Java program, only one main method can be there. Okay, and like, inside the main method only, you'll be writing the logic. Okay, and you can also create your own methods as well. Okay, but the execution starts only from the main method. So whenever your JVM, it is going to execute your Java code, it actually checks for the main method in your code. So here the syntax will be system.out.println hello world. Okay, so it will be getting printed. Okay, and when you come to see each and everything here, uh, public, the public key whichever we are going to use is actually an access modifier. Okay, uh, for example, we do have certain access modifiers here: public, private, protected, and default. Okay, which means public in the sense you can access the particular method or the particular class can be accessed from anywhere. Okay, and every time your main method must be public. Why? Because when your JVM tries to locate the main method in your program, if it is private or if it is protected, means it cannot access your main method, and when it cannot access your main method, your logic will not be able to work, right? So your file will not be getting compiled, and that's the reason you're using public keyword here. Okay, and static, we'll be seeing the examples of what is meant by a static method and static class as well. So static is something used like for uh, creating, for I mean, whenever you are going to use static method, static keyword in methods means without creating an object itself, you can use the methods and attributes of that particular class. For example, I'll be having a static method called sample. Okay, static method or static class. Okay, called sample. So if I want to create or if I want to access the attributes or the methods which is present inside the static class, uh, I mean, it is not necessary that I want to create an object. Directly, I can create an instance of that particular class. Okay, and void is actually return data type. So whenever we are giving a method, the syntax will be access modifier, static or not, return type, what that particular method is going to return. If you are giving int method name, it means that your method is actually going to return some sort of integer. Okay, so here void means none, nothing. So here your your main method is not going to return anything. Okay, main is the method name. String arguments in the sense like whenever you want to give the input to your system in terms of command line arguments, those command line arguments, it will be getting cached in an array of strings. Okay, that is why we are using string arguments. And yeah, the system, I mean, println statement of hello world. Okay, so this is a simple hello world program structure. Okay, before getting into data types, I'll be showing you like in the command prompt how your Java file, you can run your Java file. Okay, let's check it in Google. Ah, sure. Latest version of Java. Okay. Oh, okay, guys. So because last time when I have seen, no, it was 22, it is 23. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, so guys, who said it is 23, they are correct. Thank you, Lucky Lyrics. Ma'am, can you give the notes? For sure, I'll be sending you the notes, Raksha. Okay. How many days? It depends on how many hours you are investing yourself in Java. Like if you are very dedicated, in one day also you can learn it. Okay, so let me write a simple program. Okay, class sample. I'm writing it in a notepad. Okay, so public static void main string args system dot out dot println. Okay, I'm going to save the file. Okay, mm, sample.java. Okay, here, okay, so here if you are able to see, okay, I have created a simple Java file. Okay, class sample. Here my class name is sample. Okay, and in the main method I have just written a simple println statement. Okay, and I have saved it as sample.java. Okay, here the type is Java source file. Okay, okay, I'm going to compile it. Just have a look here. Okay, because here we are not having any class files. Only, I mean, for sample we don't have any class file, right? I'm going to compile my sample.java file. Okay, just see what happens. Java C sample.java. Here a class file is created now. Okay, sample.class file is created. Now when I want to run my Java file, Java sample. So the statement which I have given in my println statement, it is getting executed in the command line. I mean command prompt. Okay, welcoming you all to the Java bootcamp. So this is the method how you can write a script, a JavaScript in, not JavaScript, a Java code. Okay, a Java code in a notepad, and then you can run it in the command prompt using command prompt. Okay, so guys, is it clear? So people, are you clear of how a Java, a simple hello world program structure will be there? Or if you want to code using Java, if you want to write a program, how its basic structure is going to be, and when you want to write a program in notepad, how to compile. Okay, for compilation you'll be just giving java c file name.java. Then in order to execute your code, just you'll be giving java sample. Sample is the class name. Okay, clear? Okay, thank you. um Next, we'll be seeing the data types and the variables. Okay, so data types in Java as well. I mean, like other programming languages, everything we use is data. Okay, like we manipulate different datas. For example, in the sense like I mean, you people are getting the things right. There could be many kinds of data like integer format, number format, or a string format, or a character format, or a true or false boolean format as well. So there are different types of data. Okay, so this is known as data types. In the sense like it will be it is not a clear I mean like a definition for what is a data type. Whenever you are storing some sequence of characters, or some sequence of symbols, or some sequence of letters to a particular variable, okay, you are supposed to tell what data type that particular variable must be getting stored. For example, if you are going to store a number to a variable called a, you number in the sense integer. Okay, you have to you have to tell the compiler that I'm going to store an integer value to the number a. Okay, so that time what you'll be giving, you'll be telling int a is equal to the number, which defines that the a variable, it is going to store an integer data type. Okay, variables, in the sense variables act as a placeholder in order to store your data. Okay, we do have two categories of data types in Java. One is primitive and the another one is non-primitive. Okay, so when it comes to primitive, in the sense it is something kind of very like predefined, or the basic data types which is already available in Java. So in this primitive data types, we are having two categories. One is numeric and another one is non-numeric. Okay, in the numeric part, we are having integer and floating point. So the whole numbers, everything like whole numbers in the sense which does not have any decimal notation, it comes under integer. All the negative, like number, zero, everything. When number has decimal in it, decimal point, floating point in it, we'll be calling it as a floating point integer. Okay, floating point number. Um, in the integer itself, we do have four categories: byte, short, int, and long. Okay. The the need for having four different categories in integer is byte will be have these four categories, they'll be having difference in their memory allocation size. For example, let's say I want to store an integer value only, but the value will be is going to be very small. Okay, this ends like I'm going to store an integer variable, but my value, the range is going to be very small. In the sense, I cannot waste a huge lot of memory for storing such a small number range, right? So that's why we are having a different categories in integer as well. Okay, for example, I'll be showing you the range. Don't worry. Okay, yeah. So I said the range, right? What is class? I'll be telling you. Yeah, I said we do have different ranges, and there are four categories in integer as well, right? So byte, it is in bits. So 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, and all the four types comes under integer only. Okay, and for byte, only 8 bits memory space it will be using. Whenever we are giving byte a is equal to some number, okay, so that variable actually uses only 8 bits. Okay, so we can store any number in the range from minus 128 to 127. In short, we'll be using 16 bits. The integer 32 bits, long 64 bits. So why do we have these different type of categories in this sense? I want to store a is equal to 1. I can also, okay, 1 is an integer, so I can also give byte a is equal to 1, because 1 comes under in between minus 128 to 127, right? So 1 is a number which is in range for byte as well. And I can also give something like int a is equal to 1, or int b is equal to 1. When I'm giving byte a is equal to 1, okay, only 8 bits will be allocated for storing this particular 1. But whenever I'm giving int b is equal to 1, 32 bits will be allocated in order to store a very small value. That's why, according to the range of the values which we are going to store, there will be difference in the memory sizes, memory allocations as well. That's why we do have these much variations in like integer data types as well. So when you take short, okay, the range is going to be from minus 32,768 to 32,767. Okay, so all these things, like, I think you people are getting me what I'm trying to say, right? So according to the range, according to the highness in the number range, the memory size differences must be there, right? So that's why we do have different categories. And when it comes to floating point, okay, we do have float as well as double. Okay, so when it comes to float, after decimal point, the precision will be 7. Okay, after decimal point, after the point, you'll be able to store values up to 7 precision. And when it comes to double, you can store up to 15 precision. Okay, and non-numeric type comes under like Boolean and character, it comes under non-numeric. Non-numeric in the sense it is not a number format data. Boolean in the sense we do have true or false values. Okay, and character also comes under non-numeric. Character is a very single, like a single character which is comprised of a single quotes. Okay, I'll be telling you with the help of coding. Okay. data types. Okay, so first let's see about integer data type. Int a is equal to 5. I'm just going to print system dot out dot println the integer values a. Okay, and in Java, we use, I mean, in Python we use the separator comma in the print statements, right? So in Java we use plus symbol, okay, for the same. So I'm assigning a as 5, and the println statement I'm giving the integer value is a. A means the value which is present at A will be getting printed. 5 is present in A, so that's why 5 is getting printed, okay? And if I want to store a float value, means float A is equal to 5.4f, okay? So my float value will be, the float value is 5.4. So this is the float data type. And when you come to see about boolean, the keyword will be boolean. Boolean A is equal to 2. You can either give true or either you can give false, okay? The boolean value is a. So yeah, boolean value is true, or you can also give false as well, okay? And character, char a is equal to, you will be enclosing the sequence, okay, in single quotes. You can give either only a single character. You can give, it can be anything. It can be a symbol, it can be a number, it can be an alphabet, anything. Carry a, okay, character value is a. What if happens if I'm giving more than one character? ADF3, it's giving an error, right? Because a character will be only a character is allowed to only have a single character, okay? Single character in the sense only a single entity we can have it in the character variable. Okay, if I want to store sequence of character, means I'll be going to the concept called string. Okay, but the difference is in string we are supposed to like enclose the sequence of character with double quotes. The string value is a. Okay, so in character we'll be using, for character we'll be using single quotes, okay, and for string we'll be using double quotes. In character we'll be able to store only a single character. It can be a number, symbol, any other symbols or anything, okay. Whereas when it comes to string, it is something, a sequence of characters, okay, sequence of characters, numbers, anything. Array, we'll be dealing with arrays as well in the upcoming sessions. Array is nothing but, array is actually like a linear data structure, okay. In array you will be storing the elements of the same data type, okay, in array. So these are the different data types in Java, and these are the sizes and the ranges as well. So people are clear with the data types which is available in Java. Thank you, Dheeraj, for answering his question. Thank you so much. Class means the blueprint of the objects. Like when you take a particular object, so for example, let's take, you're going to create a class named class bike, okay. uh, there could be difference in the brand as well, but if you like take a bike, it will be having the basic stuffs, like it will be having two wheels only, it will be having, okay, so it will be having a speedometer, so all those things, right? It will be having a mirror, so all these things it's going to be same. So because of which you are going to write a bike class of the properties and the attributes, the characteristics of a real bike. For that particular class, you'll be creating certain instances and references, and that will be calling it as object. Okay. Thank you, Vidish. What about others, guys? Like, are people able to understand what is meant by data types? No, okay. Okay. So yeah, when it comes to variable, we have already seen how to store the values in a variable, right? So you're actually going to store some sort of values in variable, particular placeholder. So variable is actually a placeholder in or a container where your data will be getting stored. Okay, and the general syntax will be the data type of the variable, okay, and the variable name and the value which is associated with it, okay, and the memory address of this particular variable is stored in the heap area. So I hope you people remember, we have seen in JVM, we have seen heap area, right, in the runtime method, stack component. So the memory addresses of these variables will be getting stored in the heap area, okay. And we do have three types of variables in Java. One is local. So I mean, like, these things which I'm going to say will be very understandable to you if you people know about method in prayer. But don't worry, we'll also be seeing about methods tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is actually, I mean, like, yeah, methods is actually, it's a kind of function only. In Python, we'll be calling it as a function, whereas in Java, the same we'll be calling it as a method, because in method it does some computations, it does some things, and it is going to, like, return some value, some computed value or some result. Okay, and yeah, so there are three types of variables in Java. One is local, instance, and class. So whenever you're writing a particular method, okay, if you're using some variables inside that particular method, means it is called as local method, local variables. So scope and lifetime of a variable. There are concepts like scope and lifetime of a variable in the sense, for example, I'm writing, I'm using a variable, or I'm creating a variable in one function, in one method. Okay, I'm using that variable inside that method. When I try to use the same variable in another method, means it will not be accessible, because for that particular variable, that method will be the scope. So I cannot use the same variable in my another method. So that is known as local variables. Okay, so local variables will be having scope inside the method or inside the area in which they have been declared. And instance variables in the sense, whenever we are dealing with the concept of oops, okay, we'll be using more instance variables, okay, because the variables which is inside the class but outside the method, okay, they'll be acting as a global attributes as well, instance variables. Whenever we come to see about class variables, okay, so the static variables only we'll be calling it as class variables. Static variables in the sense, what is the specialty of using static variables, or what is the meaning of using static variables in the sense, whenever you are declaring a variable as static, and whenever you are assigning some value to it, okay, only like when you try to run your program for the very first time, okay, your like, the initialization of the variable will be carried out. For example, I'm giving static a is equal to 5, and when I try to modify it again and again, of the variable a, modification will not be reflected, because uh, when I try to run the program, or whenever I'm running the program, first itself the value will be the value will be stored to that static variable. I hope you are getting it. um, okay, so for example, I'm giving static a is equal to 5, okay, and in the next steps I'm modifying a, okay, I'm giving something like a minus is equal to 1. This changes will not be reflected in this actual a, because when you run your program, initially only once the assignment of a is equal to 5 will be carried out. And again, whenever you are trying to manipulate a, it will never be done. So this is static variables concepts. Static variables are also known as class variables, okay? And yep. So these are all about variables and data types in Java. So people, are you having any doubts, or are people clear with the concept? Local variables and global variables. Okay, sure. Um, I'll be telling an example. Um, so guys, like whenever you want to create, like a project in Eclipse, means first of all you have to go to the source and you have to create a particular package. Okay, you have to name your package. For example, let me name the package as Octanet Bootcamp. Okay, package already exists. Octanet. Okay, Java Bootcamp. Okay, I'm going to name my Java package, and here I want to right click and I want to create a new class. My class name will be variables, because now we are talking about variables, no? Variables. So okay, so this is my package and this is my class. So here, demonstration of, and this is meant by comments. Comments in the sense, comments are actually written for the use of the users, because if you are writing 1,000 lines of code, okay, and if you are going to review the code, that time you want to know why you have written particular method, or what is the actual functionality of those methods. So that is why programmers actually use comments in their code, and there are two type of comments in Java: single line and multi-line. For single line, you'll be using double double backslash. Okay, I mean, sorry, double slash. Okay, you'll be using it for single comment. For multi-line comment, you'll be using slash star star slash. Okay, because here they have used multi-line comments. Here they have used multi-line comments. Okay. Okay. Local and global variables. For example, I'm going to write a method public static void main string args. Inside the method, I'm going to declare a variable int t is equal to 5. Okay. See, inside the main method only, I have declared a is equal to 5. So outside, if I'm going to use or I'm going to call a, means it will never work, because the scope of my int a variable is only within the main method. Okay, and yeah, let's run the file. File is getting printed. Okay, this is local variable, because locally in this particular method, in the main method only, the scope of this variable will be there, and if I try to access it anywhere outside of the main method, it will never be getting accessed. So the locus the scope is locals, that's why it is known as a local variable. Okay, when it comes to a global variable, okay, I'm declaring it int k is equal to 10, and k is equal to 10 is being declared globally. Okay, so I'll be able to use k variable anywhere, anywhere inside this class. I'll be printing system dot println k. Static. Local variable. It is not global, it is class variable. Or you can also call it as global, because the scope is global. You can tell the scope as global. Actually, in Python, and all, we'll be having local variables and global variables constantly, right? Class variable. Okay. So yeah, uh, k is equal to 10. I haven't declared anywhere in the inside the main method. I have declared outside the main method, but I'll be able to use that particular variable anywhere inside my class variables. So this is known as a local variable, okay, and this is known as my global variable or the class variable. And I mean, in order to make a variable as a class variable, I want to use the keyword static here. Okay, so globally outside the method, I'm going to declare a variable and I'll be accessing it inside the method. Okay, so guys, are you clear? Okay, instance variables actually, whenever instance variables int age is equal to 5 or 2, or you are giving something as string name is equal to Kirti. Okay, so these are all the thing which is known as instance variables. Okay, so which is declared outside the class, I mean outside the method, but inside the class. Okay, int age or name, or just you can give like this as well. Without initializing, you can just declare. So these are known as instance variables. Okay, uh, you will be able to change the values of age and name according to the object, because for a particular class, if you're going to create a more number of objects, in the sense according to each object or according to each student's or the user's data, you'll be able to modify it. Okay, so these are known as instance variables. Okay, okay guys, so are you people having any doubt in the concepts which we have seen until now? And next, I'll be telling you I mean, how to get input from the user, and I mean dynamic input from the user. Okay. Okay. I mean, Jashir, in order to modify the value of instance variables. Actually, instance variables will be using only in the concept of oops. Okay. Only when I'm dealing with that concept, I'll be able to tell more about the instance variables, because uh, now we haven't seen methods at all. If I want to manipulate, or if I want to change the value of age and name means, then you know what I have to do. Like, I want to create, I want to tell you more about the methods. I want to tell you more about the objects concepts, and then only I can go for the demonstration. Okay, so don't worry. In the last session, day after tomorrow, or in the fourth session, we'll be saying about instance variables, because now if I want to give demonstration on all those things, I want to explain more concepts, and I think on the very first day it is quite very advanced. Okay, so okay, thank you, Jashir. I mean, it's a live only, right? It'll be available in YouTube itself. Okay, so getting dynamic input, or getting input from the user. Okay, so I have already said, for getting input from the user, we are supposed to make use of a scanner class and scanner object. Okay, so I'll be importing the library java.util.star, and the meaning of star here, in the sense, every methods which is present in the util library will be getting loaded. Okay, Star means everything, or you can just give scanner also. Util dot scanner. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner of system dot in. So I have created a scanner object, okay, for my scanner class, and yeah, system dot out dot println, enter a number as my number. Okay, this is just a print statement. As my number is going to be an integer, I'm going to store int num is num is equal to sc object dot next int. Next int is going to be my method. Okay. uh yeah, so once the enter a number is being printed, the cursor will be there where the user will be able to give an input. Then I'm going to print the user's input is num. Okay, enter a number. I'm going to enter a number 34. User's input is 34. Okay, so this is how you will be getting an integer from the user. Guys, are you clear with the integer thing? I'll be telling you for all the data types, don't worry. Okay, are you clear with this, people? And yeah, I just want, like an acknowledgement from you all, whether you understood all the things which we have seen until now. And the guys who are very interested, like to install the IDEs, you can install either Intel J or Eclipse, okay, or you can install Java in your system as well. Okay, and I won't encourage you to use Notepad for coding and all, okay, because indentation and all will not be clear whenever we are going to use Notepad. Or you can also go with any online compilers as well. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Videsh and Sanskari. What about others, guys? Because if these are the basic concepts, if this is clear only, then we'll be able to. I mean, whenever I'm telling you the next concepts for the things, you'll be able to grasp it. And is my pace okay? Like, am I very fast? Or VS Code? Yeah, you can use VS Code as well. But just see to that from the extensions, like you are installing the libraries that support Java in your system, in your VS Code as well. Clear, ma'am? Okay. Guys, is my pace okay? Like, are you able to understand, or am I very fast? VS Code or Eclipse? I prefer Eclipse, but it's up to you. Good speed. Okay. Thank you, Dheeraj. Thank you, guys. Okay. So next, I'll be getting a float value. Enter a float value. Okay. Float num is equal to next float. Okay. So yeah, 3.4. Okay, the same, it's going to be getting printed. And next I'll be telling you Boolean. Next Boolean. I think this is correct. The syntax. Yeah, true, true. And one more thing, like in Python, no, in other programming languages like Python, in the Boolean value, the T will be capital. Okay, it will be capitalized. True. Let's see what happens when I give a capital T here. True. Okay. Okay. So when I give a capital T here, it is considered as true only. Okay, but it will not, it is working in this case actually. I don't know, I mean how it's getting work, but this happens only in this case. But like whenever you're giving boolean a is equal to capital T only, it is considered as a keyword. Okay, that's why the change in color will be there if you're giving true. And if you're going to print, it turns an error. Wait, let us check it. It returns an error only. It returns an error because capital T, it is not considered. Only small true is considered as a boolean value. Okay, but I don't know why in this case it's working correctly. But in this case, even if you are giving capital T also, it's fetching the correct value, right? Okay, so I think like only in this case it is case insensitive. Okay, okay. And if you want to like get a string value from the user, enter a string, and the thing will be, the keyword will be string. Next is going to be sc dot next. That's it. So the user's input is num. Okay, so I'm giving a sequence of characters. Okay, and it will be getting executed. Okay, and one more thing, when it comes to string it is fine, but what is the case when you want to input a character from the user? Okay, so here let us give it as character. Oh, char. Okay, I'm telling num is a variable which is going to store a character value. Okay, and usually we know sc dot next is actually, it is being used in order to take string as an input. Okay, um okay, so let us consider this as the entire string, but only my first letter is going to be my character value. I mean like I think you people are getting what I'm trying to say, because uh for getting a character value, okay, we'll be using something like this dot char at 0, because sc dot next is actually, it is it is used to retrieve, or it is used to get a complete string as an input from the user. Dot char at 0, it denotes that the first like the first character in the string, it is being assigned to the num variable. Okay, I'll be telling you. Wait, enter a character. If I'm giving a, it is getting a is getting assigned to num. Okay, but if I'm giving a sequence of character, okay, a b c d e f, sc dot next, it actually takes the input from the string input from the user. Okay, so this string input is getting inputted from the user, but only dot char 0, the first character is getting stored in the num. So when I try to retrieve the the value which is present in the num variable, only a will be the answer. So even though the user is given the chance to enter a string, only my first character is going to be assigned to my character variable. So this is how you'll be getting dynamic inputs from the user. So in order to get input from the user, you want to use a scanner class. So here we have created a scanner object, and we are using many methods like next float, next double, next int, all those things. Okay, so I think you people are clear with this. Java is case sensitive. Mm. Pace is okay, but please do one thing. When we are going to start OOP, then please try to. Sure, sure, I'll do, because like the thing here is, like, in order to explain basic things itself, for example, in order to explain what is an instance variable and all those things, you need to know uh, concepts like methods and oops concepts as well, because I mean, it's very simple to say that when we are taking the different types of variables, when we're taking different types of variables, okay, each variable type will be used in different scenarios, but that scenario is actually a very advanced scenario, which I cannot deal it in the very first class. So that's why I couldn't connect all those things and say it to you. Is it fine, Jashir? Java is case sensitive. How did you? Java is case sensitive only. Okay. When we are assigning capital, I mean small t, only it is considered as a boolean value. But in that particular code, like seriously, like it is my first time. Even I am trying with that example. Okay. I don't know why it is considering it as case insensitive. I'll be checking and I'll be letting you know. Okay. In that case, actually, it is considering it. I mean, in that case, it is not even considering either it's a capital T or a small t. Okay. I'll be checking and I'll be letting you know, because even that was a quite shock for me. I thought it is going to throw some error because as it is case sensitive. Okay. But it's getting work. I'll let now we'll check it with Eclipse. Okay. I guess it's showing this. Scanner is actually used. The scanner class is a class which is already written, okay, pre-written in Java or predefined in Java, in order to, and its purpose is to get the input from the users, okay. Wait, the class is not over yet. We have 10 more minutes. Okay, we'll be checking it here as well. Import java dot util dot star. Um, I'll be just copy. Mhm. Boolean. I don't know what's the issue. Multiple markers at this line. Correct, right? Oh. Sorry. See. Okay, let's check it here. Whether it's giving error or not. It's not giving error. I'll check what's like why it is, because here I'm giving capital true. Then also it's giving true only. TRUE. Then it's giving false. Okay, so in this case, actually, it is not behaving as it is in sensitive, right? In I mean in Eclipse also it is working like that only. Okay, so guys, are you able to see here? Here I'm giving FS capital, AS small, LS capital, SS small, ES capital, but still it is considering it as boolean only. I'll be letting you know why it is happening like this. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. It shows it recognizes it regardless of the capitalization as user is importing it. Okay. Capitalization, that's different, but here I have given the case as like this now. One as capital, one as small capital, and that time also it's actually correctly uh, mapping false to boolean a. I'll check it out, okay, because I haven't tried it. This is my first time even I'm seeing, because I thought it will be giving some error, but false. Okay, it is behaving like case insensitive in this area, but actually Java is a case sensitive language. Okay, okay. So, and guys, I just want you all to answer this question, and yes, then we'll be winding up today's session. Okay, tomorrow we'll be seeing more on operators and all those things. So, what is the size of int data type in bytes? I want everybody to answer because I know only we have 7 more minutes. Okay. Uh, so just answer this question and then I will wind up today's session. What is the size of int data types in bytes in Java? Okay. Actually, it is HP Pavilion. Okay. Uh, guys, what is the size? Thank you, Vidish. Actually, Vidish is very active. I'm so happy. Jashir as well is very active. Thank you. Nisha. Okay. What about others? Oh, cool. Okay. So I'm happy that people are present in the session. Okay. Okay. Yes. You people are correct. It is 4 bytes. Okay. Yep. So tomorrow we'll be dealing it. I mean, tomorrow we'll be starting the class with operators, okay? And in Java, we do have eight types of operators, okay? Uh, and these are all the eight types, okay? And tomorrow we'll be seeing more, like on the coding stuffs, okay? And today and tomorrow it will be kind of basic things only. And today we haven't seen more on the coding logics because uh, I mean, when it comes to seeing the basics of a particular language, more theory has to be dealt with. And today was enabled to, like explain concepts because in order to explain a simple concept, I want to go till oops and then I have to come here whenever we have seen types of variables and all, right? So all those things. Uh, yeah, so whatever things I have said today, when in the upcoming sessions when you come to hear about all those things, you can map it right away then, okay? And one more thing, like I mean, my kind request to you guys who and all is present here, because today, to be very frank, like my mood got upset because of some comments, like here, because uh if you people have any doubts regarding technically, you can post it in the chat, okay? Or else, like, please don't put any personal kind of questions, okay? Because that actually disappoints people, okay? And yeah, if I'm asking any question, just answer it. If you're not getting answers also, that's fine. Like, just let me know that you don't know that particular concept or not, and please don't like uh, ask very silly questions in the sense which is not technical. Silly questions in technical is fine, because even whenever we are learning, we used to come up with questions which looks very very silly, but that silly questions will give you a great answer. So technically asking silly questions is completely fine, because I'm a person who uh, I'm not very strict and all, okay? But other than technical things, please don't post such kind of things, okay? Yeah, ignore the type of message. Yeah, yeah, sure, I have ignored, because of you people who's texting me. Others are also getting affected, okay? So please don't use those kind of comments, okay? Yeah, like yeah, I'm very mature, so like I'm not giving I'm not getting depressed because of this and all. The thing here is I have prepared some things, and I have came up with more things and coding stuffs to deal with in order to cover in today's session. But due to like, as the start was just like making me mood off, so I could deliver more things to you people. So that is what I am trying to say. Hindi, like, I'm very comfortable in English. Like, how could I converse in Hindi? And I don't know. I mean, I couldn't converse in Hindi very fluently. A type of person one disturbed. Yeah, correct, Dheeraj. Okay, so guys, just it's and don't worry. I hope that tomorrow there won't be any kind of disturbances from that kind of people side. And tomorrow we'll be, like, I'll be coming up with full energy, and like, tomorrow we'll learn a lot of things together. Okay, we'll see a lot more coding, as well as I'll be giving a lot more interesting facts as well, because today I have prepared a lot, but I couldn't deliver everything. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, yep, and. I just want the feedback from you people, like how today's session was, because so that I could improve it for the upcoming session. So just let me know whether you have understood everything or not, and I just want to know your feedback for today's session, guys. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Vidish. So guys, one more thing. Before coming tomorrow, okay, like I just want you people. Uh, Okay, so I want you people to learn or to explore about how to represent a number, how to represent a decimal number in terms of binary. So just go through about binary representation of decimal numbers. So binary representation of numbers, because whenever we are dealing with assignment, I mean not assignment, shift operators and bitwise operators, you are supposed to know the concept of how to represent a number in terms of binary, or how to represent it in terms of bitwise. So like just uh, go through that and come. Okay, so whenever I'm telling you the stuffs here, it will be very useful for you. So just go through a binary representation of decimal numbers in like not in Java, in computer fundamentals, and it will be coming. So just go through that and come for tomorrow's session. And for sure, I'll be checking you, Kunal. I mean, his DSA sheet. Don't worry, Jashir. Okay, guys. So let's wind up, and thank you for your patience and cooperation. Okay, thank you so much. Bye, and have a nice day. Bye bye. Thank you, guys.